All right, because I'm not restarting this video again for real this time. Now listen, I may say some things in this video you may not like, but it needs to be said. Period. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? It is yours truly, Rick the Prince here, and you are watching Surface Town. Y'all already know what time it is. Click that thumbs up button and click subscribe, y'all, so we can help build this community of music lovers. Now, last week I did a video talking about Janet as the cover artist for my playlist, The Record Store. Yes, on Spotify, I curate a weekly playlist of independent artists, international artists, all that good stuff. And then I started this thing with Icon of the Month. It was to lead up and help celebrate the documentary that came out on Friday. Before we get into the rant and what I really want to talk about in this video, I just want to say this past week has been so dope. Being a Janet fan, just seeing all the love and appreciation for Janet has been so cool. Like it's just been so cool. We already know how underrated she is, and you get tired of telling people how great she is. So it's just been cool for people to watch the documentary and see it for themselves, right? And them Twitter spaces, them Twitter spaces was entertaining me. I didn't learn too much as a Janet stan. I did not learn too much from this documentary, but we're just going to talk about it. It was 4 parts, 2 nights. It started off with Janet going back to her hometown in Gary, Indiana. I am from Indiana, so I swear I'm a part of the Jackson family. Like, she also talked about how she didn't really remember that home because she was so young. They show her moving to LA with her family and the Jacksons becoming what we know them for today. She also goes into her becoming an actress after also being on the show with them and being just a young entertainer. Like, Janet's really been doing this all her life. You get what I'm saying? For all you TikTok hit artists out there, she's been doing this all her life. I already knew how she talked about like the trauma that she experienced with developing at a young age. They had to strap her chest down while she was doing scenes. Not cool. I already knew about fame. I already knew about the transition into music. Her dad told her that she was going to do music. Just told her she was going to do music. She wanted to go to school. I already knew about that though. I already knew about the 2 albums that she put out and how she had no control over it. And from there, it goes on to Control, where, she takes control of her career. She meets Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. I already knew about that. They talk about the DeBarge relationship and all of that stuff. See, I almost wish I watched this not knowing nothing about Janet, because I knew everything. I thought that she was going to talk about stuff I don't know that the Janet fam didn't know, but we're gonna get to all that later. She had to deal with him being on drugs and addiction and all that stuff. That was like a reoccurring theme in her love life. Rhythm Nation, going through the Rhythm Nation era and the tour and all that, then embracing her sexuality for the Janet album, and meeting Renee in the late 80s and her relationship with him and how much influence and creativity that he put into her career. They talk about her splitting from him and then her dealing with her childhood depression and her appearance and all that stuff in the Velvet Rope album. And then we get a little bit of the All For You. And then in the last part, we talk about the Super Bowl incident and how that affected her career and the aftermath of that. And then she talks about being a mother and all that stuff. Cool. Now, if you did not see the documentary, you've seen the documentary. If you're watching this video, you've seen that documentary, but if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It gave great ratings for Lifetime. It was #1. Her music is #1 all over iTunes and stuff. Her streaming is going up. So it's been pretty dope to witness that. But yes, the documentary, it was great. Things that I loved about the documentary. The behind the scenes footage has to be the best part of that documentary. Just that behind the scenes footage. Wow. Like, that was worth it. That made it worth it. I didn't even know the part about where Renee was capturing all of that and just how much footage he was able to get of her life. But we also know that had a downside to it. If you ever been around somebody that just had the camera around, nobody likes to be around somebody who has a camera on 24/7. I did not know about the Coca-Cola deal that she was supposed to have before the Michael allegations. There was supposed to be a Coca-Cola deal because Michael did a deal with Pepsi. So that would have been really big as far as Janet and touring and just promotion overall nationwide. But it kind of fell through because, you know, she was tied to Michael, which really sucked. I did not know that. There were a lot of outtakes of the Janet album cover that I hadn't seen. I thought that was really dope. I wish they would have focused more on Janet. I feel like this documentary was a good introduction to Janet Jackson. And that's where as a Janet fan, as a Janet stan, it kind of was like, the behind the scenes footage made it worth it, definitely. Now, for anybody that's from the outside looking in, a casual, they know a couple of songs, they know she's Janet's little sister, they're gonna love it. Like, my friends were hitting me up, they're like, man, I learned so much about her. And I was like, well, I think that's what the documentary was intended to do, introduce Janet Jackson, because Janet stans know all this stuff. We really didn't learn much. Either way, I was still happy that it turned out great. I would have loved for her to focus more on herself. I think she definitely focused a lot on the Jackson family as a whole. She focused on her brother a lot. I mean, I get where they were doing it because they were definitely showing the parallel that Michael had with Janet and how what he was going through had a direct effect on her. They talked a lot about the Jackson family. They talked a lot about Michael, and they talked a lot about her relationships. And I feel like Janet used other people to let us in on her without really talking about her. I would have loved for her to talk more about the music, the creation of the music. Like, I remember when I was in the Twitter spaces during the documentary, they were talking about, I wish we would have been able to get more into like how she create, how Janet is as a songwriter. We got a couple of clips of her in the studio, but that's the footage that Janet fans wanted. What was she thinking about when she was writing for the Velvet Rope, and the samples that she used and the sounds and all that stuff? Like, we wanted more of the music, more of the art, versus her relationships. Like, it was very relationship driven. Like, every part of the documentary had to do with a relationship. She addressed a lot of rumors, like why did her and Jermaine Dupri break up, or what was going on with the DeBarge. Like she definitely addressed that, but she didn't really talk about her in a sense. Now, I did want to talk about, let me get my necklace straight. I did want to talk about that little clip that she inserted, that little iPhone story clip that she inserted telling us to leave Justin Timberlake alone and they're a great friends, and that she just spoke to him a couple days ago. I'm like, what was the point of that? You know what I mean? Because now the people that have been saying, y'all still talking about that, y'all need to get over it, like, she forgave him, she's moved on, he's moved on, everybody's moved on, you need to move on. People can have a reason to say that because, like, look, Janet said herself in year 2022, we're great friends. Like, but it's not about that at all. It's about the impact that few second, that 1.5 seconds had on Janet's career. It ruined her career. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, when you talk about the great pop legends, Janet has been discredited. Her legacy has been, you know what I mean? And the people that say that don't care about Janet's legacy, or else they wouldn't say that. The Janet fam is gonna feel how they're gonna feel about Justin anyways, because we know that ruined her career. It did. It ruined her career. She was blacklisted on radio. She got her statue of Mickey Mouse in the Rhythm Nation costume taken from Disney World. People don't even know about that. They did not promote her album. She wasn't able to tour, not only for the Demita Joe album, but not for the 20Y era either. And her tour was cut short on the Discipline era. Like it had a huge effect on her career. Her videos weren't played on TV back when TV mattered. Back when radio mattered. Like, nowadays it's like, who gives a fuck, right? But back then it mattered a lot. It had a big effect on my generation. I look at my peers and I ask my peers, you know, if they know Janet's catalog like that, and they really don't. And it upsets me because, you know, I didn't live through Janet, so how come I have so much passion behind her career? You get what I'm saying? I was only like 6 when the Super Bowl happened. The Janet Jackson documentary was a great experience. I'm exhausted as a Janet fan because it was just a lot. But at the end of that Janet documentary, she teased a clip of a new song called Love I Love. And I guess it's supposed to come out, but it hasn't come out yet. This is a problem that I have because it's like, you have this documentary, right, that everybody's watching. Young, old, it doesn't matter. They're gonna tune in. Why didn't the song come out Friday? New music for everybody that doesn't know, new music comes out on Fridays now, right? And it has been like that for a while. The documentary came out on Friday. Why didn't the song come out that Friday? You're telling me that you have all these eyes on you. You tease a 30-second clip in the credits for a song that you did, apparently, what was it? They said it was done in 2017. So we have a song that's 5 years old that you are just now putting out, but you only give us a 30-second clip of it. And nothing else has come out about this song yet. No release date, no nothing. There's an opportunity. And what I'm realizing more that I get into like music marketing and stuff like that, like you have to take advantage of the timing. The timing is very important for people's interests, right? Because you can drop the song now, but the opportunity has already been missed. You would have dropped the song on Friday. People would have went towards the song. They would have watched the first part of the documentary on Friday. They would have went back to the song. They would have watched the second part on Saturday. They would have went back to the song again. You've been trending all weekend. You got this new record out. You don't even got to drop the video, you know, because nowadays artists drop the video with the song. You didn't even have to do that. It would have been so much attention on this documentary that the song would have it would have already had a couple million on Spotify by now. Guaranteed. But now you're going to drop it and it's just going to be like, I mean, it's still probably going to have a viral moment, but now you're better off dropping the video with it now. You could have dropped the song by itself on Friday and then dropped the video a week or 2 later just to keep the longevity of it going, right? But you know, I'm not a part of Janet's team. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't have a degree in marketing, right? I didn't go to college for marketing, but it's a no-brainer to me that if you have a documentary coming out that, 4, 5, 6 million viewers it drew in, why wouldn't you drop the song right then? It doesn't even have to be the lead single. This could just be like, hey, Janet's back. Janet's coming out with a new era. Black Diamond, we've been talking about that for years now. Still no song. I know it's the pandemic happened, but the pandemic does not stop you from dropping a song. It just doesn't. You don't have to go out to the streets and promote music anymore. Everything's done virtually. You could have been dropped a song. And I'm not talking about Janet specifically. I'm talking about her team. Like, what is happening with Janet's team? The song should have came out. Now I'm scared. Because now I'm like, what is this Black Diamond era gonna be giving? Before I continue, there was a part at the end of the documentary where Janet Jackson said that her focus is being a mother and raising her son. And I respect that more than anything. This woman has given her entire life to this industry, right? So she doesn't have anything else to prove, right? She doesn't have to do anything. Her legacy is already submitted. Has sons and daughters all throughout this industry. She doesn't have to do anything else. So if she wants to stop doing music and focus on her child, I am here for that. But if we're gonna do another album, if we're gonna do an era, which is probably gonna be her last album, because let's think about it. Unbreakable was 2015. It is 2022. This is Janet's last album. Like, let's just go ahead and say that. This is her last studio album. Yes, she can do unreleased tracks. She can do a compilation, the greatest hits, But as far as studio albums, this is it. Especially if Janet's in mom mode. This is her last album. So if the Black Diamond era is going to be it, I'm going to need her to do it. Like, this is it. I look at signs. They already missed the opportunity with dropping this song. So now I'm scared. I'm like, what is the Black Diamond era going to be given? Is it just going to be given, oh, I drop a couple songs and I drop the album. Now I may do a show or two because of the pandemic. If it's given that, then let me know now. Being part of a fandom can get so stressful. It can. Like, if you have somebody that you really, really love, the Beehive, the Navy, the Barbs, all that, y'all understand. It could be stressful. But sometimes you got to emotionally detach yourself, because at the end of the day, it's just music, right? I have a real life and Janet doesn't know who I am, right? So why am I this invested? Sometimes I ask myself, because obviously her team is not. Why isn't the song out? A 5-year-old song? Really? Because now I'm just like, what now? Like what? I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Jan fam, I know y'all feel me on this. I know y'all feel me on this, because it's like, for the people that doesn't know Janet like that, this was a great moment. But for the Jan fam, we're like, okay, what's happening? I'm just gonna stay tuned. The Janet Jackson Appreciation Day is coming up, so that will be another opportunity for Janet to drop this song in a video and go viral, because she's already gonna be trending that day anyways. Super Bowl is Sunday. She should drop the song on Friday, drop the video on Sunday. But then again, I'm not part of her team. So you all let me know what you think about this whole video and the documentary, and also the Black Diamond era. What are you looking forward to? How do you feel? Do you feel where I'm coming from, or do you think I'm tripping? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said before, if she wants to just be a mother, I respect that. Just do it. Just be a mother. Like, you don't even have to put out this Black Diamond era album, to be honest. You don't have to do it. But if you are gonna do it, I'm gonna need you to do it. You feel me? Do it like it's your last album, Janet. That's all I'm saying. I'm yours truly, Rick the Prince. We got a video about Doja Cat coming this week, so stay tuned. We also got a video about Nicki Minaj. She's about to drop her lead single for this new era, so we're definitely gonna be talking about that too. Make sure you subscribe, click that thumbs up button, and we'll see y'all next time. We out.